Hey, this is a good looking dude right there. That's Tommy Gomez, boy. I mean, he ain't bad looking, but you know. Let's open this box. I'm opening a 2020 Elite Rezult today. So let me just go ahead and open it. We'll get a little more into why and what's going on with this bow. I was in Foley, Alabama, the end of February here in 2020 for the first Pro-Am of the year. And again, I've been shooting a Hoyt since 2005. The very first new bow I ever bought was an 05 Hoyt Ultra Mag, and since then I've had no reason to ever look at anything else. They've been awesome bows. They still are. The reason I was looking around is the last couple of years I just felt like I wanted to try something different. The new Hoyts, the bow in particular that I had 85% let off on the cams, and it wasn't my favorite thing. They did make some mods so you could get it down to 75, but it just kind of led me to want to experiment a little bit. So back to Foley. I went to all the flagship bow company stands and shot most of them, or at least picked them up, checked them out, saw how they felt in my hand. I looked at Matthews, I looked at the Hoyts again, I looked at PSE, Bowtech, and Elite. And I tell you what, I shot the Rezult, and that was that. It was awesome. Ordered one that day, and here it is. Haven't looked at this thing. Oh, cool. We get a hat. That is what I'm looking for. And a poster. Hold on, boys. Evidently you get an Elite poster too. Looking forward to that. Wow. Let me get this stuff off. So here's the hat. I'll rock that for you guys. Check that baby out. That is a sharp bow. So this is the Ninja Black is what it's called, and it's almost like a matte black finish. And that's a good feeling bow, man. So it's got a pretty narrow grip here. This is something that's unique and that the Elite folks have done that's different than a lot of brands. See how that grip actually tapers up there? That was something that I felt right away and really liked. I'm gonna start getting this set up this evening. I'm just gonna throw some things together, but I'm gonna cut to you guys shooting this bow. All right guys, here it is. 2020 Elite Rezult. This thing was incredibly easy to set up. So that's the big sell on this bow, is that it's super customizable, but at the same time, it's not too much going on that you can't just get it tuned. So just your basics. I set the rest on here. This is a limb-driven Hamskea Hybrid Target Pro, I believe is what it's called. And when it's up, I basically just had it cut across the burger buttonhole here halfway, tied my D-loop from that. Got that all set up, threw a sight on there, threw a peep in here, threw stabilizers on here, didn't have any idea where they needed to be, and went and shot through paper, and literally 2 shots and had a perfect bullet hole. Number 1 was a small right tear. So I got a chance to try out this set technology, which is one of the big selling points as well. And basically what that does is you have a locking screw here, you can loosen that, and then there's an adjustment screw here. And it has arrows that explain to you which way you need to turn it depending on the tear you're getting. And so all I did was undo that, turned it a half a turn for a right tear, and shot the next one, and it was a perfect bullet hole. From there I backed up and shot a couple of groups. Got a kind of a sight mark here for 20 yards, and I'm just going to take a few shots and kind of go over how the bow feels, how the shot is. So far, very impressed. I explained before that this is the first bow that I've bought since 05 that wasn't a Hoyt. I've bought a lot of bows, and they've all been Hoyts, and they've always been great. And as a matter of fact, the Pro Force that I was just shooting is a good bow. My shot style is really relaxed though, and so I need a little higher let off with a real short valley, and I wasn't getting that in the Pro Force cam. They're 85% let off. This bow has a much different feel at full draw, and besides that, this is a big part too. It has adjustable let off here. This cable stop slides out, and the further out it slides, of course, the sooner it stops the cam, the less let off you have. But the biggest thing about it is it doesn't change the feel of the valley as much as you would think. So I still get a really good feel, like it clunks into place, but just with less let off. And I think I'm sitting at about 75% here, and that's just perfect for me with a real relaxed shot. I can stay strong and still relax and let the bow do its thing, and it stays really forgiving. But the adjustability of that was crucial for me, and the reason I made the change. The other thing is, if you want to, you can put a limb stop here. It just screws into these holes, and it comes around and it actually touches this landing pad on the limb. I messed with that a little bit. Didn't have the exact let off feel that I wanted with that, so I just went back to the cable stops. If I had one complaint about this bow, it would be this. It has just a normal slide, old school cable slide system here, and I feel like it wears your servings out. I don't really care for that. I'm gonna see if I can find a roller slide, maybe be a little easier on the serving there on the cables. Besides that, everything's great. Fit and finish is nice. It's a good looking bow. It's I think it's just under 38 inches axle to axle, 7¼ inch brace height. It has limbs from, I think, 40, 50, 55 maybe, 60, and 70. All your draw links are available here. Well, for most folks, I want to say it's 24 to 31. I'll cheat real quick. It is. It's 24 to 31 inch adjustable draw, 70 to 90% on the let off. IBO is 325. So pretty impressive for those kind of specs to get that kind of speed. As a matter of fact, I was shooting my Hoyt at 70 pounds, and at 30½ inches of draw was shooting right at 280, which for ASA is the high limit for my class. The maximum speed you can shoot is 280. And this bow at 70 pounds, same arrow, which weighs about 415 grains, and the same draw length, was at 298. So it's definitely a faster bow. Cool thing about that is I took some poundage out, and now I'm shooting a little bit lighter, and I increased the let off so my holding weight's similar, and I really like that feel. So things kind of worked out even better there. I did put a 10-degree down angle on my front bar here. This bow, it's balanced a little differently than a lot of the target bows. I felt it actually doesn't balance backwards with no weight on it like a lot of them do. It sits pretty level, and I've noticed that it wanted to, with the bar straight, and I don't shoot a lot of front weight anyway, but it still wanted to kind of to drop out a little bit. And so I put that 10-degree down angle, and it's sitting a lot better. Not as much leverage out there. It's sitting really well. Again, not a ton of weight for me. I think this is like 15 on the back and 3 on the front. Yeah. But I also shoot that really relaxed shot, so I'm not bearing into the bow. Now that's enough rambling. I'm just going to shoot a few shots here at 20. I'm going to try to shoot the upper, lower, and in the 14. But mainly I just want you guys to kind of see this bow, hear it, and I'll explain a little bit of how the shot feels. It's a pretty quiet bow too. The most noise I hear out of this thing is the sight itself. But it's noticeably quieter than the Hoyt. And I don't mean this to be a Hoyt bash. I still really like them. I still have 6 in the house. It's just, you know, there's some bows out there that are competitors for sure. timing on this bow is really easy. I did have, out of the box, the top cam was a little bit slower, and all I had to do to fix that was add a twist here to this cable, and that timed it right up. Half a twist and it was in time. Like I said, just tuning wise, there's nothing to this bow. I put on a D-loop, a knocking point, a peep sight, and it was ready to roll. I did shoot it through paper, but just minor adjustments. See how we did. Here we go. Again, this is just 20 yards, but she's a shooter. Upper, lower in the 14. Really like this bow. You know, a guy could pick up a bow and get comfortable with anything and shoot really well as long as he was making good shots. And I think it comes down to just what you're comfortable with and what you're confident in. And I am super excited to get comfortable with this bow, because just right out of the bat here, right off the bat here, it's shooting well, and it's feeling really, really comfortable and familiar. Some of the older bows had a little less let off. Maybe that's what I'm used to. So anyway, thank you guys for watching. If you would like to see more, I'm probably going to post some more with this bow, some different 3D shoots and maybe some challenges and some things like that with some buddies. Subscribe if you don't mind. CJ Turner Outdoors on Instagram. And I'm also, there's something else cool I'm working on. I got an old, if you look at this other video, I'll put it at the end here. I've got an old Proline Zephyr Magnum wooden compound from the late 70s, and I'm wanting to get some brass pins on that sucker and shoot a 3D with that. So I might even do this, where I take this new bow out, take that old bow, and compare scores, see what we can do. Either way, thanks again for watching, guys. Catch up with you later.